This is my house. I have a good job. I've got a job. I have to think about it. I can answer your question. It was a joke. I don't want an apple. What's your name? I want a dog. I want to apologize for what I did. I'd like to live in New York. Do you want kids? Would you like a cup of tea? Would you like to ask me something else? I'm a student. I came to thank you. It's so stupid. I forgot to close the window. I go to school 5 days a week. Can I ask a question? What do you think I should say? I find it difficult to express myself in French. You don't have to go to school today. Is it okay if we swim here? Are you sure his name was Tom? Let's see what happens this time. I began living by myself. I hope that helped. I hate it when you do that. Hand me that bag. Okay, that's enough for today. I don't know who Tom's wife is. I can't stand this hot weather. Let me tell you my plans. I was the only one who knew about it. It doesn't matter what I think. Don't forget to lock the door. I can't keep lying to Tom. I'm afraid I took your umbrella by mistake. You look depressed. Did something happen? I advise you to stop smoking. I feel like going out for a walk. You may leave at any time. It seems like Tom is in love. I used to have a house in Boston. It sounds like someone's crying. Don't make me angry. I have no time to engage in gossip. I managed to get there in time. I'm sick of this hot weather. I was going to tell the truth. It takes an hour to get to the station. I decided to go swimming. I'm used to Tom always yelling at me. Promise me you won't do that. I don't think Tom saw us. I borrowed the book from this library. I seldom drink coffee. It's clear Tom and Mary want to spend time together. I asked him to go to my room for my glasses. I should go home soon. I don't feel like eating out this evening. I have a feeling you'll pass your test. Both of my parents can speak French. I remember telling you about it. Look what I found under the sofa. It's time for you to go to bed. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. It's been 3 years since Tom graduated from high school. I can't come right now. I don't expect you to understand this. Fortunately, Tom survived. No one has the right to tell you how to live your life. I probably speak French better than Tom. I keep telling you I don't want to study French. I need a little more time to prepare. Neither Tom nor Mary went to Boston. In a way, I'm glad I never met Tom. I have the feeling that I've been here before. A lot of time was wasted. I immediately stopped laughing. In any case, I'll call you tomorrow. In the future, many workers will be replaced by robots. I often go to the movies. Let's find out who stole our money. I'm able to swim. By the time we got there, it was already too late. All I want for Christmas is a guitar. I was absent from school because of illness. I knew that something was wrong. Come on, just answer the question. It's more difficult than it looks. There is a bank in front of the hotel. In case something happens to me, I'd like you to take care of my children. I can't wait to tell Tom the good news. I definitely don't want to get married. I can't ignore it. Here are your keys. It's about 3 kilometers from here to the coast. I'm thinking about changing jobs. For a short time, Tom lived in Boston.
I assume you're here to ask me about Tom.
I can't imagine living without electricity. I'm surprised you didn't know that. Sooner or later, I'll probably visit Boston. Needless to say, we were very tired by the end of the day. I'm worried about Tom's health. The first thing you should do is call a lawyer. After drinking 3 bottles of beer, Tom fell asleep. Be sure to turn off the light when you leave the room. I have no idea how it works. I'm good at math. Few students can read Latin. I'm pretty sure that Tom now lives in Boston. For the past 10 years, I've fed my dog dry dog food. I'm interested in improving my French. I need to know you're okay. I was worried you wouldn't come. I never liked being at home alone. I usually wake up at 6. There are too many people in this room. I have no reason to lie to you. It's been a long time since I last spoke French. I always brush my teeth before I go to bed. I like English. I heard about your problems from Tom. I bet you can't catch me. I hardly ever watch TV. The last thing I want to do is cause you any problems. As usual, Tom was late. As far as I know, Tom is still married. I'm happy with the way things turned out. I'm fed up with your complaining. I'd like some water. I'd prefer meat to fish. You have to be patient. Don't let Tom take advantage of you. I suddenly feel sick. Don't tell me you forgot. I wonder if it will rain tomorrow. I had no choice but to do what Tom asked me to do. A few days later, Tom found a new job. I've had enough of your complaining. I have never been to the States. I spend a lot of time reading. Apparently I was wrong. You are my best friend. I don't care how much it costs. I'm going to buy it anyway. In addition to being a doctor, he was a very famous novelist. I can't make that decision without talking to Tom first. The only thing that Tom drinks is coffee. Recently, I don't have much appetite. In the heat of the moment, Tom slapped Mary. I completely forgot about that. I plan to come back tomorrow. From now on, we'll only speak French. All I can do at the moment is wait. The more I think about it, the less I understand it. I didn't tell Tom where you lived. It's easy to understand why Tom doesn't like Mary. At present, the cause of the disease is unknown. Obviously, Tom isn't Mary's type. For the record, Tom didn't have anything to do with this. I rarely saw him at school. I'm hoping Tom doesn't show up. Instead of going to school, he stayed at home. First, let's talk about what Tom did. I expect to see Tom again next month. I want you to be my girlfriend. I was told to wait here. I'm prepared for the worst. I'm ready to get back to work. It looks like an orange. Call me as soon as you get home. To put it bluntly, he's mistaken. I prefer reading books to watching television. I didn't expect to see you here. Thank you for coming. I hate talking about politics. I'm getting sleepy. I'm pleased with this result. I sometimes watch TV. Since it's important, I'll do it. I'm the one who came up with the idea. You sound like my mother. I really didn't have time. I went to Boston for 5 days on a business trip. Be polite to everyone. Guess what I found on the beach? I don't know how to drive a car. It's no use complaining. I came here to warn you about Tom. I don't have enough money to buy everything I need. All of them were wearing black. Eventually, Tom just gave up. I don't know if Tom still lives in Boston. I almost forgot to buy milk. I had a premonition that this would happen. I have nothing to do with this. Go ahead and unwrap your gift. Half of the students are absent. Give me a sip of your drink. I happen to be in love with you. Don't hesitate to ask if you want anything. Clearly that was a mistake. I'm impressed with your French. I actually feel sorry for Tom. I'm beginning to understand why Tom loves Boston. In all probability, we'll arrive before them. I finally found my keys. That's the reason I'm here. I'm allergic to cigarette smoke. To be honest, I don't understand it. I've been studying French since I was 13. For some reason, I'm wide awake and can't fall asleep. In general, kids like ice cream. Even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. In fact, I don't think that was Tom. Anyway, it's my problem. I'm looking for an apartment to rent. That's how it worked. For a moment, it looked like Tom might start crying. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your help. I don't mind sleeping on the couch. I don't believe Tom can do that. I encourage Tom to learn French. I especially like your chocolate cake. At one time, there was a bridge here. I suppose I should congratulate you. You have a good memory. Don't make fun of old people. I didn't want to make the same mistake twice. By the way, where are you from? At least no one was hurt. At this time, you don't need to understand everything. I didn't think Tom was your type. I was busy cooking. I'm proud of my work. I didn't mean to hurt you. Keep in mind that Tom doesn't speak French very well. You make me laugh. I could do this myself. That's something to think about. All of a sudden, a dog began barking. In some ways, Boston is nicer than Chicago. It's good to see you smile. Let me help you with your suitcases. I guess it was a joke. Not only can't I tell Tom, I can't even tell you. I was a student at that time.
It's possible that Tom will get into Harvard.
I was surprised to find out that Tom had children.
I wish I had a beautiful girlfriend. I doubt that Tom is guilty.
I'm here because I need your help. I'm aware of what's going on. It appears that he's a student. Don't be so selfish. I still don't want to go.
I started studying French 3 years ago.
I told you it was a bad idea. I don't want to make any promises I can't keep. I pretended that I didn't see it. I didn't say this was my office. I bought a camera the other day.
It's important to follow a strict diet. To tell the truth, I didn't do my homework.
I'm dying to know what's inside. That's one of my favorite books. I know I can do it.
I enjoy music.
No matter what you say, I won't change my mind.
Because of the rain, I could not go out.
Call me if something happens.
There are a lot of books in the library.
I love cats. I was up all night reading a book.
I had a hard time finding his house.
Now that I'm here, everything's going to be okay. You need to call Tom immediately. Before doing that, you need to ask Tom for permission.
I make it a rule to get up early in the morning.
Make sure the door is locked. I'm having trouble understanding you.
I was amazed at Tom's fluency in French.
That's all I can tell you at this time. I must go. I'm satisfied with what I have. I'll be right back. Don't make me say it twice. I can hardly walk. You must be hungry. Even though it was raining, we decided to take a walk.
No sooner had it stopped raining than a beautiful rainbow appeared. Here is your book.
I intend to stay in Boston for 3 days. Be careful not to cut yourself. I don't even know where my mother was born. Luckily, Tom had an extra umbrella.
He's about the same age as you.
I'm no longer afraid of you. I also heard a similar story. I believe I can help. All right, let's try it again.
Every time I read this book, I find something new.
The more you have, the more you want. Don't forget your passport. I accidentally spilled the milk. Listen, I'm really sorry. I'm grateful to you. I apologize for being late. I think that's a great idea. It's very unlikely that Tom will come. As I told you before, I have no choice. I'm on my way to meet Tom at the station right now. I'm planning to move back to Boston next year. It has nothing to do with me. So far, I've told no one. It's impossible to eat soup with a fork. I've been here for 3 years. I don't have anything to eat. I'm still in bed. Help me clean out the garage. You should ask Tom to help you. I can't stop thinking about what they did to me.
For all we know, Tom could be over 30. I was able to finish the work earlier than I had expected.
I couldn't find my keys. I fell asleep while listening to the radio. I didn't know him at the time. For years, Tom suffered from migraine headaches. Find out what Tom knows. I don't have time to finish my homework.
I've known Tom since high school. All I have is books. I have no intention of doing that today. It didn't surprise me at all that Tom couldn't afford a lawyer.
It's my turn to take out the trash. I'm willing to take that chance. The longer you wait to tell Tom, the harder it's going to be. It's been a while since I've seen Tom. Let me know when you're ready. It's obvious Tom doesn't like Mary. Suddenly, it became noisy. It's hard to figure out who's telling the truth. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong. I was wondering if you were still here. I'm lucky to be here. I wonder how this works. At this point, I don't need money. Let's clean up this mess. I'm prepared to help Tom.
I asked her if she had been to Mexico.
You seem happy today. According to the thermometer, it's 30 degrees outside. It never occurred to me that he might be an escaped prisoner.
I was disappointed that you didn't call.
I have nothing to do now.
I barely know.
I had a feeling you would be late. Frankly speaking, this novel isn't very interesting.
I already told Tom everything.
I was impressed by Tom's courage.
Tell me what you know about the incident.
It's okay to make a couple of mistakes.
To make matters worse, it began to rain.
I'm sorry for my terrible French. I'm still a beginner. I certainly don't mind helping you.
It doesn't bother me if you take that book. At last, the baby fell asleep.
I don't consider myself to be good-looking. I'm certain that you saw Tom. I've been studying French for 3 years. I can't help thinking about Tom.
In retrospect, Tom wishes he had spent more time studying.
I don't understand what this sentence means.
The last time I saw him, he was very healthy. I demand to know what's going on here. As soon as she saw me, she started to cry.
For now, Tom can stay here. I ought to have attended the lecture. It'll likely take much longer than you expect.
I promise you I'll never leave you. As strange as it may sound, what Tom said is true.
That's what I was looking for. I have something I need to do. It's dangerous to climb a mountain during a storm. I come from a long line of doctors. I'm busy getting ready for my trip. Except for Tom, I didn't know anyone there. Come to my office anytime.
I've known Tom for almost 10 years.
I'm thrilled to be back.
I'm sorry to cause you all this trouble.
I'm working on my speech. I can't put up with this noise anymore. I'm starting to get used to living here.
Generally speaking, boys can run faster than girls.
I wish I had studied French when I was in high school. I don't know exactly where Tom went. I'm excited about going to Boston. I'm supposed to be here all afternoon. Congratulations on your new job. I have a lot of money. For the time being, I must share this room with my friend. Of course I remember you. In the near future, space travel will no longer be just a dream. I'm almost finished writing the report. I've been a teacher for 5 years. I congratulate you on passing the examination. That's where they found Tom's body. Just tell me where you are. It's nice to be home. Basically, I agree with your opinion. I was about to leave for work when the telephone rang. In my opinion, Tom is innocent. I'm ready for my next challenge. Neither of us wants to get married. It's amazing how much time it takes Tom to wash his car. It hasn't been easy for Tom to learn how to walk again. I can't count the number of times I've been here. You said you loved me. I'm responsible for Tom's safety. I'm sure the guy you saw wasn't Tom. In spite of the bad weather, they decided to go by car. For once in my life, I want to do the right thing. You forgot to take the trash out this morning. Unfortunately, there was no one around. I don't remember seeing you before. I was trying to make you laugh. I admit I made a mistake. I don't enjoy doing things like this. Actually, Tom is my boss. Don't cry. Everything's going to be okay. Hurry up, or you'll be late for school. I'm waiting for Tom to tell me what to do. Generally, women live 10 years longer than men. I'm tired of answering questions. I'd rather die than do that. Hopefully, Tom will change his mind. I'm concerned about your future. You might be. I think it's unlikely that Tom will marry Mary. That's exactly what I want. That's the way I used to do it. It's difficult for me to understand French when it's spoken quickly. I told you to stay in the house. I had trouble falling asleep last night. I changed my mind about going out and stayed home. For the millionth time, I'm sorry. I've decided to go to Boston for the summer. You can use this pen.
For the lack of something better to do, Tom started cleaning his room. At first, I mistook you for your brother.
I'm as hungry as a horse. I'm glad you're here with me.
In order to do that, you have to take risks.
I hear you've got a new girlfriend.
I'm going to stay here and watch TV.
Finally, it's Friday.
I honestly didn't know Tom would be here. From what I've heard, I think Tom is going to get fired.
It's about time you went to bed.
Right now, I feel like talking. I wish the rain would stop.
You need new shoes.
Country life is very peaceful in comparison with city life. Thanks to you, I've lost my appetite.
That's why I love you. It can be replaced.
From the look on your face, I can tell that you have good news.
I enjoyed this book. In time, you will understand. At that time, Tom was swimming. Where do I start?
What exactly are you looking for?
What's the use of talking? Do you consider yourself a fluent French speaker? Are you afraid of dogs? How about going to a movie?
How long does it take to get to the zoo by taxi? How often do you upload videos to YouTube?
Who's your favorite American actor? Exactly how many times did you do that?
How do we upload photos to your website?
How long are you going to be in Boston? When can I see you again? Let me finish, okay? When does the bus leave?
Which do you like better, Coke or Pepsi?
Can you teach me how to play the guitar like you do? Are you good at math?
How exactly does this work? Have you been working there for long? Are you interested in politics?
How big is your house?
How do you plan to spend your weekend?
Where are my books? Where will you be on Monday? Where can I find an ATM? Who are you going to dinner with? How high is that building? Do you always drink coffee with your breakfast? Did anybody see you there? Where were you when it happened?
How does Tom manage to stay so slim?
What am I supposed to do now? Do you need help with anything? How much is there left? What is aspirin made of? When did you begin learning French? What happens if I press this button? How long will it take you to paint my house?
When is a good time for you?
Am I the only one who agrees with you? Let's get started, okay? What would I do without? How late may I call you? How soon can you get it done? What time do you walk the dog? Do you actually live here?
Do you need me to give you some money?
Would you like me to call you a cab? What makes you cry?
Do you go to school on Saturday?
How much do you read? Why are you always late for school? Is it time to go? Do you have enough time to do that? Shouldn't this be in the refrigerator? What makes you think I like you? Is there any chance that Tom will be at tonight's party? How long will the concert last?
About how many books do you have? Where does it?
Do you ever sleep? What are the chances of this ever happening again? Would you mind if I changed subjects?
Do I have to do it right away?
Do you like Mexican food? Can you tell me how to get to the train station? What does EC stand for? When do I get paid? What can I do to make you happy? Exactly where are we going? What was the name of that little shop in Boston where Tom worked? Who are you talking about? Why do you come? Could I borrow your note? How many years have you been studying French? Was anyone in the room? How are things at school? Why did you become a doctor? What's your favorite?
Did you actually give Tom money?
Can't you see we're very busy? Have you decided where you're going next summer? Did you know that before? How old were you when you stopped believing in Santa Claus? Have you ever been to that Japanese restaurant on Park Street? Are there any cute girls in your class?
How much longer are you going to be here?
May I borrow a ruler? When should I come pick you up tomorrow? What do I say first? About how much will it cost? What caused the budget deficit? How long should I microwave this? Do you want me to buy you a drink? What makes you so sure that this won't happen again? How long has it been since we last met?
How do you think Tom found us?
What do you know about Australia?
What time will dinner be served? Doesn't Tom like Mary anymore?
Do you still want to get married? How far away is your farm? Do you like to watch movies? May we speak in private?
What time does the restaurant close?
Who do you know here?
How did you manage to talk Tom into working for you? When did it begin to rain?
Are you still seeing the same girl?
How about another piece of cake?
What do you want me to ask Tom? Will you do it for me? What's wrong with my computer? What was Tom doing in your room? Are you saying that's true? Can anybody tell me how to do this? How bad is the pain? When is the next bus to Park Street? Where did I put my keys? Am I? How did you know where I live? How could this all happen? How deep is this pool? Is it true that Tom is dating a Japanese girl? Is it okay to sing here? What color is your car? What's the best cure for loneliness? How is Tom now? Are you going to go with me or not? What does he plan to do? How far are we from your house? Did you have a rough day? How long is this bridge? Do you know how much it costs? Do you have a girlfriend? What are my options? What's the difference between jam and marmalade? Are you ready to order? Which one is best?
Should we wait for Tom?
What else are you planning to do? How much cash do you have on you? How long do you think it'll take? Are you suggesting Tom was murdered? How are we going to get home? Are you still married? Is it safe to eat food that has dropped on the floor? What could I do? How have you been sleeping? Where is an ATM? Can you help me with my school project? Are you almost finished with that? About how much money do you need? How come you know French so well? When are we going to do it? Can you recommend a good hotel in Boston? Whose turn is it to cook tonight? How much time do you spend watching TV? Where exactly are we going? What time should I check in? How long did it take for the ambulance to arrive? Do you really expect me to give you money? How can you be so naive? Did I do something wrong? Can you explain this to me? What should I do if Tom calls? Are you the one who took my knife? Can you introduce me to the girl talking with Tom? How many times a day do you feed your dog? Have you already spent the money Tom gave you? Were you busy? Which one would you choose? Don't go anywhere, okay? How am I supposed to do this by myself? Exactly what kind of work do you do? Do you mind if I open the window? Is there any place around here where we can get something to eat?
What made her do that?
Exactly how much money was stolen? Don't you have friends? About how long will it take? What more do I need? When are we leaving? What are you cooking today? How's the weather where you are? How was the food? How tall is the Eiffel Tower? Have you finished writing that song you've been working on? Would it be okay if I didn't invite Tom to my party? Do you have any idea what Tom wants?
What would happen if I pushed this button?
Exactly. How does this work? How did Tom do that?
How long can you hold your breath?
How long was Tom here yesterday? Is it hard to learn French? Are you telling me you don't remember where you parked your car? Did you really go to Boston last weekend? How fast can you run?
Is there anyone here who can speak French?
Are you kidding me?
How do you like your new job?
How many hours a day do you study French? How old are your kids? Where is Tom going? Excuse me, can you help me? How much are these shoes? When was the last time that happened? Didn't you hear what Tom just said? Could you please drive a little faster? Are you ready for dinner? Would you mind closing the window? Am I supposed to be shocked?
Where would you like to go first?
Did you want to tell me something? How would you like to pay? What did you buy Tom for Christmas? Is there an ATM nearby? What do you want to drink with your meal?
Are you able to swim?
Who are the others? Exactly what happened here? How much money do you have with you now? How will you convince Tom to lend you the money you need? Do you remember the first time we met? Can't we wait until tomorrow to finish this? What are you going to be in the future? How long do butterflies live? What was so fun? Can you show me where the bathroom is? Have you been to Boston or Chicago in the past 3 weeks? Do you have anything in the refrigerator that I can eat? Do you have to work tonight? What sort of person is Tom? What would you like to do in the future? Did you tell Tom about what Mary did? What kind of books do you read? Do you plan to stay long? Are you allergic to anything? Do you often take business trips? Can someone help me? How long have you been learning English? What was the first concert you went to? How's married life going? What would have happened if Tom had come? How do you know for sure?
Do you want to be rich? How long ago did you start studying French?
What's the point of all this? Do you understand what you have to do? Do you think I care what you think of me? Am I allowed to be in here? What's the name of this place? What about next Sunday?
Are you a student?
Do you have something to make this headache go away? How has your life changed since you got married? Where were you born?
How are you going to get up to the roof?
What time are you meeting Tom? How long were you married to Tom? Is it possible to cry underwater? What time do you think Tom will be back? Are you really married? Which do you prefer, dogs or cats? Can you give me an example? What more can I ask? Where should I put my coat? Am I doing this right? What time do you usually get up on Saturday? How does it work? What do I have to be afraid of? What if I refuse? What's the worst injury you've ever had? How well do you speak French? Can you think of anyone who might be able to babysit our kids tonight? Which one do you think I should buy? Does Tom speak French fluently? Shall we begin? See you tomorrow at school. Return to your room. Let's wait till he comes back. It doesn't look like water. Let's start with the good news. This place is really noisy. Remember to say thank you. I can still remember a little French. I don't agree with you on this point. Wake me up when we get to Tom's. Don't be late for the meeting tomorrow. It's just a game. It was nothing but coincidence. I can see why Tom doesn't want to go. Go back to your seat. I can't remember the last time I took a vacation. It was me who paid the bill. Be careful when crossing the street. See if the gas is turned off. Keep away from the fire. Tom became a policeman. Perhaps it will rain tomorrow. I've never been to Boston before. It's already open. Tom knows how to make Mary happy. It was obvious Tom wanted to kiss Mary. Tom began to try to lose weight a few months ago. Tom bumped into Mary on his way to school. This looks delicious. All I need is 3 more days. Tom wondered which one he should buy. It's too expensive. Try not to think about it. Tom managed to put the fire out by himself. Some of the workers have no experience. No matter who says so, it's not true. Tom asked if I needed a taxi. Let's ask Tom if he knows what to do. Tom is a native speaker of French. Tom must be getting sleepy. There's plenty of time. All you ever talk about is work. Put away your toys. Tom only drinks coffee. Tom was very rude to Mary. Tom made me swear not to tell Mary about what he did. There's obviously been a mistake. Tom hardly ever listens to the radio.
Tom never dates older women.
This is one of my favorite movies. All we have to do is wait. Tom asked Mary when she had bought her car. Tom wants to be a hero.
Tom came back home after dark.
Wait here for a while. There's nothing more to say. This is your last chance.
Tom found the keys he thought he had lost.
It's one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do. Put down your weapons. This room is too dark. Tom told Mary he had a lot of money. Tom will arrive in Boston at 2:30. This should be washed. Let's hope that's the last time that happens. Tom asked Mary about her new job in Boston. This looks like a good spot to set up camp.
Tom finds it difficult to keep up with the rest of the class. Tom has been to Boston only once.
Tom wanted to become a lawyer. This is just what I needed. This sounds fishy. Tom ought to show more respect to his grandfather. Tom invited me to his house after school. There are many books on this subject. Check Tom's pulse. There may be something there. Let's stop talking and start working.
Tom wants to know why you didn't call him back. Tom understood what Mary was saying.
Let's begin with the first chapter. I can teach you how to dance. I don't care for sports.
Tom was the last person I expected to see here.
Let me ask you a simple question.
Tom agreed to help Mary with her work. Tom woke up when the telephone rang. This is something Tom made for you.
It was very enjoyable. Tom asked Mary how many hours a week she spent reading. The sooner you leave, the better.
The truth is that I didn't want to eat with Tom.
Most Hollywood movies have happy endings. There's really nothing else to say.
Tom sounds angry.
There's no need to worry about Tom. One of the doors was broken.
Tom accidentally shot himself in the foot while cleaning his gun.
All you need to do is remember these 3 very simple steps. Tom goes to the same school as I do.
There must be a way we can convince Tom to work for us.
Let Tom do that for you. Tom looks like he wants to say something.
This is probably the key that Tom is looking for.
Tom asked me why I was here. This is the first time I've ever written a letter in French. Look at the picture on the wall. Tom says that he knows you. Let's do this before it gets hot. Put on this sweater. Let's concentrate on what needs to be done today. I agree with you on that point. Tom reluctantly handed Mary the money. Almost everyone I know has a bicycle. Tom asked me what I wanted. Tom already knows what happened. Tom waited for Mary to come home. There's someone outside. Tom was wearing a gray suit and a red tie. Tom was unable to find Mary a good job. Clean up your room. Come and see for yourself.
I could have helped you with your work.
It's quite likely that Tom will come.
I called Tom from the hospital. This is the way he learned English.
Tom realized it was useless to argue.
Tom apologized to Mary for being late.
All we need is a little more practice. Let's try to treat each other with respect. All we want is information. There's really no reason for you to come to Boston. Let me introduce you to my beautiful wife. I don't care who Tom talks to.
Tom intends to live in Boston for more than a year. I asked for their approval.
Tom filled the room with cardboard boxes. Tom asked me to open the window. Let's go to the theater early so we can get good seats. Tom wondered when the meeting would start.
Tom speaks French like a native speaker.
This is the best time of year to visit Boston. Tom asked Mary to give him a kiss. Tom was the last one to get here. Tom asked me to help when he was in trouble. Tom used to eat out every day, but he can't afford to anymore. Tom has a lot of good ideas. It was so noisy that we couldn't talk. Tom looks old for his age. This is pretty amazing. This is why I quit the job. This is so good. I can't figure out how to solve this problem. There's nothing wrong with this bicycle. Tom started screaming like a 15-year-old girl. Tom gave me useful advice. This is where I brought my girlfriend on our first date. This is the worst movie I've ever seen. There seems to be a mistake. I don't care what Tom did. Tom was here too. Everything is okay. Tom talked Mary into donating some money. The most important thing you can do now is to remain calm. Tell me about your trip to Boston. This is the place where Tom met Mary. I don't care if you like me or not. Tom can't afford to buy a new bicycle. The best way to learn a language is to live in a country where it's spoken. Tom should be there by 2:30. Tom forgot to feed Mary's dog. Allow me to introduce myself. Choose any dress you like. Tell me how to do it. Tom wondered where Mary had spent the weekend. Tom wished Mary was with him. Tom came here to ask us to help him. Tom had to go home early today. Don't waste your time trying to convince Tom. Tom seems very sleepy. You look like $1,000,000. There's a lot of traffic here in the mornings. It's actually a good idea. Tom said he couldn't loan any money to Mary. Everybody's in bed. Tom stopped talking when Mary came into the room. Tom still has no idea what's going on. Tom was a troubled child. This is the only way I know how to do this. It's fun to ride a motorcycle. All you can do is trust one another. There's something wrong with my computer. Tom believes that unicorns are real. You should think about it first. This is such a waste of time. There's something I need to do this afternoon.
Tom obviously wants to help Mary.
It was stupid of you to believe Tom. It's rude to point at people.
I can only speak French and a little English.
Tom should know this already. Tom persuaded Mary to go to Boston with him. All you ever think about is work.
Tom was the only one who saw Mary sneak into the room.
Tom hates shopping. There's nothing else to talk about. Don't leave your glasses on the table.
Tom might be able to do that, but I doubt it.
There's no time for explanations. Come back to the house. It's rather cold for April. No matter where you go, I'll follow you.
Tom sometimes appears on TV.
Don't call me when I'm at the office. Tom spends way too much time playing games. That's a good picture of you. I became friends with him while I was in Taiwan. There's no reason to get upset. There's a very good chance it was Tom who did that.
All we know is that Tom is guilty.
There's no way we can get this done.
Tom blames Mary for everything.
There's so much I want to show you. There's a chance Tom will be late.
Tom asked Mary not to leave him alone.
Don't worry about the results of your test. The person who donated this money wishes to remain anonymous. It's definitely good news. You'd better get back to class. All you have to do is push this button.
Tom asked Mary for her telephone number. Tom definitely had enough time to get the job done.
Bring your children with you.
Tom asked Mary where she wanted to go for lunch.
Let us know when you'll be coming to Boston. Tom almost never watches TV. Close the window, will you?
Tom actually likes Mary.
Tom made it clear that he didn't like the food. None of us like Tom.
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Get out of the water. Tom offered to feed my cat while I was out of town. Tom asked me whether I liked Mary or not. Tom kept on making the same mistake. Tom really wants to be your friend.
It's kind of hot.
Tom asked Mary if he could kiss her.
It's quite delicious. Tom plans to live in Boston for more than a year.
There's no place to hide. Tom barely made it in time.
Don't talk about people behind their backs.
Tom decided to tell Mary the truth. Tom usually sleeps in this room. Tell me why I'm here. Tom knew exactly what Mary meant.
Tom pretended that he couldn't speak French.
Tom promised Mary that he wouldn't be late. Enjoy your vacation. There used to be a prison here. Keep your hands clean. Tom announced his engagement to Mary. Tom loves talking about politics. Tom would like to see. Keep an eye on the girls. Let's discuss this over lunch. Tom went to Boston without even telling me he was planning to go there. There's one thing I don't understand. It was pretty. Tell me who I have to talk to. Tom probably thought I was at school.
Tom asked Mary which way to turn. Tom finally got a job.
Stay away from the fire. This is one of the best schools in the city. I don't care which choice you make. All you do is criticize others.
Tom asked Mary what kind of movies she liked.
Tom was the one who broke the window. Tom wondered who Mary was waiting for.
Let's go and talk to Tom.
Tom needs to mow his lawn.
Tom has to get ready for work. It's pretty cozy.
Tom has been living in Boston for 3 years.
There are plenty of idiots in the world. Tom accused Mary of stealing his money.
It was nice of you to clean the office. Everybody was wrong.
Even when she's not wearing makeup, she's very beautiful. There's one more thing I need you to do. Tom refuses to buy anything made in China.
Tom had a lot of good ideas. It was hard for me to get out of bed this morning. Tom asked Mary why she was so late. Tom was able to solve the problem by himself. Let's talk about it when we get home. Let me give you an example. Tom would have succeeded if he had worked harder. Tom asked me if he could watch TV with me. Tom accepted the gift. It was probably a mistake.
Let's get together here once a week.
Tom wondered if Mary loved him as much as he loved her. All you had to do was talk to Tom. Tom can swim very fast. There's no use arguing with Tom.
Tom died of old age.
One thing that I didn't like about Boston was the weather. There's not much to tell. Tom wanted Mary to tell him her phone number.
Tom abandoned the idea of buying a new truck.
Tom tried to solve the problem. Tom borrowed money from Mary. Tom was afraid that no one would come to his party.
Everyone but Tom left.
That's exactly why I didn't tell you.
Tom almost forgot to do his homework.
There's no sign of infection. There is no food. I've been waiting for the bus for 3 hours. Tom seemed really confused. Let me explain how this needs to be done. This is really fun. Tom went on eating.
Tom likes camping on the beach.
Get me a towel. There's room for discussion. Tom asked me where he could put his coat.
No matter how much she eats, she never gains weight. Tom was the first one to finish eating.
Let's be friends. Tom kept me waiting for more than 30 minutes.
It took me 3 hours to write the letter.
This is quite new to me.
There's no doubt that Tom loved Mary. Try to read as many books as possible. There's almost no milk left in the glass.
It's still not ready. Tom almost always wears dark clothes.
Tom was about to leave when Mary knocked on the door.
All you care about is yourself. It's very dusty in here. There's only one place Tom is likely to hide.
Tom allowed Mary to go home early.
This is rather expensive. Remember what I told you? It's worth talking about. Let's go back to the hotel. Don't ask me to explain it. Let's continue the game after supper. It's really dangerous. There's really nothing more we can do. Tom enjoys watching sports on TV. There are a lot of things for us to think about. Tom wishes he had a larger office. Tom asked me about my new job. This is one of the most dangerous places on earth. Let me know if you find anything. Tom insisted on paying for dinner. Tom also has a house in Boston. This seems too easy. Many people think Tom is a snob, but I don't think he is. There are a few boats on the lake. I don't care where you're from. There's something else I need you to do. Tom wondered what Mary wanted him to say. Tom asked me how long my parents had been married before they separated. I can recommend a good lawyer. I don't care about the price. Don't say anything about what happened here. Tom asked for my advice. Tom would do anything for you. Tom asked Mary whether she planned to swim or not. Tom advised Mary to go to the police. All of us speak French. I brought you some food. Tom often eats in bed. Tell me where Tom took Mary. Tom bought a camera from Mary. Tom suddenly stopped smiling. All we can do is wait for the police to arrive. Tom called to say he's on his way. There are no options. Tom always brushes his teeth after meals. Tom wondered why Mary was so angry. Sometimes you surprise me. There's a possibility that I'll get killed. Tom thinks he knows where Mary went. It was really sad. I cut myself while shaving. I can't understand why Tom hates me. Tom asked me who my French teacher was. Tom may be able to come tomorrow. Tom was too tired to speak. Tom found it difficult to understand Mary. It's probably hard.
There's nothing I can do to help you now.
It's almost time to go home. Tom thought it was a good idea. Tom acts like he knows everything. Don't bother to pick me up at the hotel. This is exactly what I wanted to happen. Put it on the shelf. Tom appears to be asleep. I appreciate what you did for me.
Everyone except Tom left.
See what you can do with it. Let's forget about what happened last night. I can't remember exactly what Tom said.
Tom has a daughter whose name is Mary.
Tom seldom speaks to me anymore. This is the most comfortable chair I've ever sat in. This is what I've been looking for. Tom admitted that he was a thief.